Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, Memorial Stadium and home to the Missouri Tigers, where we are anticipating quite a clash on Faroe Field today. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. So Duke's offense will get the first crack at it here. And guys, any discussion about this offense has to start and end with the guy behind center.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback, he gets the ball on every play. He's got to be the leader. He's got to be able to throw the football. So many times you see Jesse where they can run it as well, but he's the captain usually on most teams. It starts and ends with him.
Yeah, and David, the thing you love about this guy, too, is he's such a good distributor and facilitator with the football. He knows this offense like the back of his hand, and he's able to take advantage of all the different weapons they have surrounding him.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on third down, forcing the incompletion.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Catch in the middle. It's King. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
The Blue Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Tigers' offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Manning. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Going for the big play. Grabs it inside the 15. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Tigers are rolling down the field. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hardy. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Splits the uprights. It's good. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to give the offense a 1st down. They want to run this quarterback. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. RPO complete to open the drive. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like the job by this defense. Seeing the play action, reading it, reacting to run, and then you got to convert to a pass rush. They do a really good job of it. Get to the quarterback and hit him as he's throwing the football.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the catch. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And you got man-to-man coverage, you're running that curl route, that ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route, he's going to be right there, but does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
And the Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Blue Devils are on the move. The RPO, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
They'll run play action. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Blue Devils! A great catch and run for 6.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. The short hands, it's Johnson. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. On the move, it's Hardy. Nice move there. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Coleman. And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to pass. Gonna let it fly. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this gonna go? We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. To the air on second down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Now the play fake. That's caught. It's more. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna try to get it himself. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to throw on first down. Complete to the right. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They have just 3 measly points on the board, but trying to cobble a little something together here before halftime.
Yeah, make something happen. And listen, if I'm this defense, I want to keep them right where they're at. Done a great job all game keeping them in check. Don't let them get some cheap points going into the half, get momentum, and start feeling confident about themselves.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Second down, he'll throw it. Snagged out of the air. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
After giving up a few extra yards after a hitch throw, I wonder if this defense is going to want to give this guy this much access moving forward. They might be thinking about more press coverage or playing some zone coverage where the corner's right up on him.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. And this one splits the uprights. That brings them to within 1. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Blue Devils will kick it away to start the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. On target to the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off play action. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got him. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
When I'm a quarterback and I see zone and I see my guy curl up real quick, I got to hum it. And he threw that thing with some revolutions, with some velocity right to his receiver so he could make the catch.
The lone back's got it. He's got enough for a Missouri first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
And the Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They're going to ride this running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the ground, it's Hardy. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It was like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
On first and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Missouri! They take the lead with the 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution. Got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner goes down. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Wants to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
And the Blue Devils can really attack on this second and short. Quick release by the QB. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking for a big gain. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Moore. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The Blue Devils getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Little. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
On 3rd down, going up top. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Duke! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old. The park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the 4th. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Man, you find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude, keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends, because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hardy. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Manning. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
Plays like that are the type of plays that win you games. Bottom line, here we are, it's late. It's a close game. It's a huge 3rd down, and somebody's got to step up and make a play.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Reads it, fires complete. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And the Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.